She lied to me for years. Is our marriage worth saving? I'm 27 and my wife is 29. We dated for 3 years and got married in February of this year. My wife wanted to wait a bit longer, but I convinced her because I wanted to get married as soon as possible, and I thought we were at the perfect age to get married and start a family. I believed that since we loved each other, there was no reason to wait. After convincing her, we got married, and we even planned to have children next year. Our initial plan was to enjoy the new year, go on vacation, and then start trying for a child. Everything was going well, and we were both happy, but a few days ago, I received a random text on Instagram. When I asked the person who they were, they didn't tell me, and now I'm left wondering who it could be and trying to figure it out. The person claimed that my wife had dated one of her close friends before me, gave me his name, and sent me a bunch of photos as proof. I didn't know anything about this. I know all of her friends and she knows mine. I've never had a problem with any of them, including her male friends. However, when we started dating, I told her that I didn't want to be with someone who stays friends with their exes, and she agreed to that. But she kept this hidden for years. Now, YouTube audience, here's where it gets interesting. I confronted her, showed her the photos, and asked if they were real. She admitted that they were, and started crying. I told her that I was angry because she had lied to me for so long about something so important. My wife said she kept it hidden because she was afraid I would leave her. I told her that lying wasn't the answer. If we don't agree on something important, we should part ways and find partners who are better suited for us. That's what mature adults do. She said she didn't want to lose me, and she wanted to be with me, but she also didn't want to lose her friend. She told me she broke up with him 10 years ago and asked if I didn't trust her. I responded that trust isn't something she should bring up when she's the one who lied to me all this time. I told her I was willing to trust her and give her another chance, but only if she cut this guy completely out of her life. Otherwise, I would leave. She said I shouldn't talk about leaving, but if she cuts him off, she would lose a long-term friend, and things would get awkward with the rest of her friends. I told her I didn't care. She either chooses him or me. I have no issue with any of her other friends, just him. I stopped talking to her, and no matter how many times she tried to explain herself, I ignored her because it was always the same argument. He's just a friend, and there's nothing wrong with being friends with exes, etc. 2 days ago, she told me she was willing to cut him off. I told her that was the right decision. I understand she's sad, but she should also understand that I'm angry. We made up, but she's still somewhat sad, and things aren't quite the same between us since this was our first major fight. So am I the A for telling her to cut him off? I think I made the right decision, but I don't want to see her sad, and honestly, I don't want to leave her. It was just a bluff. Now, YouTube audience, let's listen to a few comments about this. Here's the first comment. Well, some people here might agree or disagree with your views on exes. However, you were clear and upfront with her about your boundaries and beliefs. You didn't lie to her or ambush her. She accepted those terms and moved forward with the relationship. She misled you and hid the ex from you on purpose. She can't ask you to trust her now because she lied to you shamelessly and for a long time. What did she think would happen when you found out? If she's sad, that's her problem. Either she still has feelings for him, which means she'll stay sad until you divorce her, or she'll eventually grow out of her sadness. But the third option, and the one I believe will happen, is that she'll remain in contact with him, meet him behind your back, and continue her relationship, whatever it was or is, with him. She's already lied and misled you, and she'll do it again. Here's another comment. You are not the A. It's the refusal to acknowledge your boundary from the very start, admitting she knew you'd break up if you had informed consent, and then lying and keeping it hidden until you found out from others. That makes it all worse. She chose you knowing your boundary, and she chose to keep you by lying to you every day for years. Now, she talks about trust and such. It's all about the trust and deception, yet people just side-eye and complain, saying she's allowed to have friends when that's not what it's about. The last comment has a different perspective. You are being controlling by convincing her of this and telling her that. I didn't read anything that shows you understand her or her situation. She didn't tell you because she knew you couldn't handle it, and she was right. That concludes some of the Reddit comments. Here's what I think. A successful relationship of any kind is built on trust. OP and his wife both agreed not to have exes as friends. The wife felt she needed to hide her friendship with her ex, which is really deceitful. I'm really sorry that OP was blindsided with the news of his wife's past through a random text on Instagram. OP needs to build his trust back slowly with his wife just to make sure she will keep her word about stop seeing her ex. Therefore, OP, you are not the AITA, but your wife is and she gets the boot. Right, kitty? Let me know what you think about this and put it in the comments. Make sure to watch the next unbelievable real-life story.